All right, so we are back with Jesse Raub Jr., and we have come to our having fun segments. And these are just some quick segments that we're going to use for TikTok Reels ahead of the episode. And a lot
All
of
right.
artists and songwriters really like these segments. First one is called "Did You Know?" Can you tell us something your fans may not know about you?
Oh, man, I am not sure. Um, Something that my fans don't know about me. Man, I think I'm a mechanic, and I'm not. I try to fix everything. I'm terrible at it, but man, I'm not scared to get in there and turn a wrench, get some grease under my fingernails. Um, and I'm not a guy that throws stuff away. I
There
like
you
to
go.
literally will run something till the wheels fall off.
Because you
and then
never
put
know
them
when you're
back.
going to need it, right?
Amen.
That's
Amen.
right. All right, next one is called Mount Rushmore. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of songwriters? Best four songwriters, in your opinion.
Oh, Merle Haggard would have to be number one. Keith Whitley. Man, so many great ones. I would have to put Hank on there.
Mm-hmm. Junior or
And then,
senior?
Senior.
Yeah.
Definitely senior. Which I love some both Cephas as well. But and then man, my last one, I would have a hard time picking between these two. But it would either be Conway or Keith Whitley.
Well, you already got Keith on there, so Conway would be
I
perfect.
got Keith on there already. So
Yeah.
man, yeah. So Conway, I'd have to go with Conway. Man, I think they're probably some of my biggest influences as well.
Love
Hearing
it.
some of that stuff,
Yeah.
as a kid, and just man, those are some of the best songs that ever.
Agree.
Period.
Agree. My favorite Conway Twitty song is "The Clown." I love that song so much.
Man, Conway was like the ladies' man of country
Absolutely.
music.
All about
slow.
feel, man. That man knew about feel for sure.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I whenever Jake Worthington and I were writing "Loving All Night," Jake had one line that started the song, and he said, "Honey, I know," and then he stopped, and I was like, "Honey, I know," and he goes, "Yeah," and I go, "What?" He goes, "That's all I got." I go, "Okay."
That sounds like Jake.
And so, man, I came up with a couple of lines there to get us going, and I looked at him and I said, "Man, give me just a second. Let me work this out in my mind." And I said, "We're fixing to Conway the heck out of this son of a gun."
Nice.
So I felt like we channeled our inner Conway and finished that, "Loving All Night," man. That's like if Conway was alive, that's what I'd have been pitching to Conway right there, was that type of song.
Man, I got a great video. You'll have to check it out about Jan Buckingham, who wrote Queen of Denial, Cleopatra, Queen of Denial for Pam Tillis. She told us a story on the show how she used to hide in the bushes to try to get demo tapes to Conway Twitty in front of his house. Just a great story. That's what I love about podcasting, man, those moments. All right, next one is a rapid fire segment called What the Heck. I'm just going to ask you some questions. Just give me the first thing that pops into your brain.
Oh, Lord.
Number one, do you think fat people are allowed to go skinny dipping?
Absolutely.
I do as well. I call that chunky dunking, by the way.
Be proud of what you got, baby. Hey, ain't no shame in our game. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
With it. Be proud.
Right. Number two, what is your best curse word alternative?
Dadgum.
Dadgum. All right. Number three, what world record do you think you have a shot at breaking?
Oh. Best beard.
Best beard. There you go. Yeah.
Come on. Beard game strong. Hair farmer. That's it. Hair farmer. Best
there you go. I told my wife I was going to have beard envy today during today's episode, and then I showed her a picture of you, and she was like, "Oh, my God."
My bearded brother, yes.
Yes. All right. Number four, what are you most afraid of?
Oh, man. Man, I don't even want to speak something to existence right here. Man, I don't really live in fear.
Okay.
I think fear is just something of the devil, man. And I just, other than losing somebody that I love, but man, here's how I look at that as well. if I live, I win. If I die, I win.
There you go. All right, last one. What do you think is your weirdest talent?
My weirdest talent. Man, I don't know. I'm not weird. Right?
Not at all.
My weirdest talent. Man, I don't know. Probably just thinking in hooks, man. I am constantly thinking of music, and I'm always thinking hooks. So it's pretty weird. I'm always just thinking of songs, and I'm taking my phone out and I'm typing in my phone. So, man, I think my talent is hooks, thinking in hooks, and it's pretty weird sometimes because I get in my own land. People will be talking to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, what? I was in my own land right now thinking songs. So
I love that.
It's pretty
Good
weird
stuff. All right, next one's called One Artist. Who is one artist you wish the entire world knew about other than yourself?
Oh man. I would have to give some love to one of my brothers right now, and I believe in this guy so much. And I wrote probably 40 or 50 songs with him last year, and I'd say Jake Bush, man. I think there's some great things on the horizon for Jake, and the other artist, I'm going to say two, and this is a TikTok chick that I found out about, but Belle Franz, I believe. If you haven't heard of her,
I know who she is. Yeah,
dude, she's got this old school sound. She sings all the stuff that we grew up on, and she's country as corn on the cob. So, man, but between Jake and her, I really hope that some great things happen for them too this year. Jake, if y'all haven't heard of Jake, dude, y'all go Google Jake's music. He's got some of the best songs coming out, and I'm proud to be a writer on a lot of this stuff. But Jake's got that old deep register voice, like
very cool stuff. Yeah, he's awesome. I love Jake.
So, yeah, man, I got to show some love to my boys from Texas right there on that for sure.
Yep, and TikTok is a great platform to find new artists. By the way, I love TikTok for new music. All right, next one is called Wishlist. What is on Jesse's wish list?
Success, man. Honestly, man, I just want people to remember me, and I want people to remember my songs. I'm not much of a wish for certain things, you know. Scott and I were talking about this the other day. Scott said, I pray for number ones. I said, man, I'm going to pray for singles then, because we need a single before we get number one. So, but man, I think, you know, I wish for great songs, man. I wish for great ideas. I wish to be present.
More A songs and less B songs, right?
Amen, man. Just success, and not just for me, man, but for all of the people around me. You know, I just wish good for everybody, and you know, man, just that I can show more love, spread more love, and have more patience, and just show more kindness, and spread some joy, the fruits of the faith, man. I just, you know, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, self-control. Just to be able to spread that with everybody, and for them to see a little bit of that in me, and you know, just hopefully, man, I brighten somebody's day with my post or something like that. You know, that's what I wish.
Love it. All right, I got three more. Next one's called Personal Best. This does not have to be music related. What do you think is your personal best accomplishment so far?
My obviously my boys, you know, I think those are two of my biggest accomplishments, and I'm super proud of those two things more than anything. When I get to the end of the road, you know, I'm not going to say bring me all my number one hits or bring me all my money. You know, my friendships, my boys, my marriage. I think those are my, you know, I was married 20 years this year. So,
congrats, man.
World, I think that's a huge accomplishment. And, my wife deserves a medal for putting up with my crap for 20 years.
Yeah.
I may be a hurricane.
Yeah, for sure, man. Man, there's always you got to have a good woman, man. Especially in the music business, and just having that almost silent support, right?
Behind every good man's a good woman.
Absolutely. So next one's called Moment of Gravity. Now this can be like event based, or maybe it's a person. But basically, looking back in your life, is there a moment of gravity where you feel like that moment is what really led you down the path that you ended up going on?
Yeah, man, I remember it very vividly. I was burying phone line in Tomball, Texas. I buried phone line for 16 years, and I was sitting in front of my old Dodge truck, and I knelt down and started praying, and I said, Lord, I'm not ungrateful. I am not ungrateful, so please don't take this the wrong way. You know my heart, but I hate this job. I hate going and people not appreciating who I am and just being thought of as a number. Everybody's not happy to see you when you get there. And at that moment, I had a revelation and felt like I heard God speak to me and say, I didn't design you to be a ditch digger. And at that point, I thought, my teachers always told me, you talk so much in here and this and that, you're going to be a ditch digger. And I did. I was a great one for a long time. And I think I had 5 number 1 songs at that time. And came home that day after praying that prayer, and I walked in the back door. My wife was sitting there washing dishes, and I said, I'm going to quit my job, go play country music and write songs for a living. And she turned around, washing dishes, and just went, okay. And I went, babe, this is a terrible idea. I was hoping you were going to talk me out of this. And she goes, nope, I've been wondering if you were going to do it. And at that point, it was a realization for me that I did not want my boys to look back, and I didn't want to go, I could have done it. I should have done it. I could have done it. You know, I've heard all these great folks in our town, you know, that had a chance, and they always say, man, if he'd have done, you know, if he'd have chased it, he could have done it. And so, man, I feel like the ones that made it never gave up. And so at that point, for me, it was just, hey, I'm going to go do this, and I'm never going to give up at it. So, man, I quit a full-time job making $250,000 a year to go be a starving artist. Mm-hmm. And I had watched this deal by Dr. Miles Monroe. It said, it's called The Power of Vision. And all that kept coming to me was all true visions will be tested for authenticity. And wow. So I quit my job. We started on this tour with Cody doing, you know, we played the Toyota Center in Houston, and we played the BOK Center in Tulsa, and we played Silverstein Eye Arena in Kansas, and Hartman Arena, and we were doing all of these huge shows, and COVID hit. And again, I heard all true visions will be tested for authenticity. And so, man, I started writing every day. I was like, well, if I can't go play music for a living, I'm just going to write songs every day. And so, man, I started writing 5 days a week at that point. COVID was like what just kicked me into gear to just try to write songs every day. And so, man, I was banging 2 or 3 songs a day, 5 days a week.
Wow. Good stuff, man. Last one is called Who Do You Think You Are? Who is Jesse Raub Jr.?
Man, I think that I am a child of the Most High God and Jesus. And I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of where I came from. And I feel like I am just like everybody else. I put my pants on one leg at a time. And I just have a really cool job and get to do what I love. My wife says I'm retired because I hunt, fish, play golf, and play music. So
there you go.
I can't argue with her. I mean, I'm pretty much.
Yeah.
It don't suck to be me. So, no. It's kind of a plan that worked out. And but man, I'm super proud to be a country music songwriter. country music junkie. I love country music and I love Jesus. And I just, man, I love my life. I'm literally living the dream. So I'm super proud of that.
So 2025 is going to be a big year for Jesse Raub Jr. He's alluded to it many times over the course of our chat today. The fourth studio album, What I Came to Do, will be out in July. Again, this is the one that he's talked about, produced by one of the legends of music of anywhere, really. I mean, we're talking about a Texas legend. Radney Foster is not just a legend in music, but honestly one of the good guys in our industry. And man, you got to be super stoked about the release of this thing, right?
Man, I am. We're trying to release as many as we can so that we can, peg the needle as much as we can on Billboard. I think we got to release 6 songs in 6 months. And I've picked some of my favorite songs that I think are going to move the needle. We're only going to have time for a couple of radio releases. Radio plays these things for so long, only got time for a couple. So we've got our, What I Came to Do. Man, I haven't been watching it. I don't really watch them anymore, but you said we're in the top 20, so we're still climbing, and we're grateful people are calling and requesting it at their favorite local radio station.
Last I checked, it was 15, just so we know.
Oh, wow. So, Holder Horses is going to be our second radio single, so we already have that picked, and I'm super stoked about that song, a Clint Daniels song, and Clint was gracious enough to say, go ahead and cut this thing, man. I just fell in love with it. And Healing on the Hurtin' is something that we let go here a couple weeks ago. And this thing already has like 250,000 streams, man. I mean, it took off. That's a song that I wrote with Radney Foster and Jay Clemente. And it was a Jay idea. Jay came in that day and had a great idea. And I feel like we knocked it out of the park. And so, but man, I feel that way about all these songs. These are some of the best songs that I've ever been a part of writing. Some of them were a little outside the box for me, but I feel like this album is just top notch, and having Radney produce it was just icing on the cake. I trusted in him. If he asked something, I said yes. If he said we need something, I said we'll do it. And I just kept an open mind, and it was great to have Radney do that, but to feel the love and to create this friendship and have Jack Radney's son, co-engineer. I had Jack and Radney both play on the album, so there was just some boxes that I seen.
Yeah,
I was like, we're checking them.
Yep.
Have Jack and Radney on one, and Radney's wife, Miss Cindy, she did so much stuff for us too, and she was wonderful. So they made me feel like part of the family. And I'm just super grateful for that connection and that friendship.
And we're excited about the record coming out and all the singles too. Six songs in 6 months. That's that waterfall effect that the 21st century has created because of streaming platforms and things. Jesse, thank you so much for being my guest today, man. Finally, after 10 years of fandom, it's so good to finally meet you and chat with you and pick your brain. And I hope you had a good time, man.
Man, I did. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your support all these years, man. It's always wonderful to meet a new face. I've seen your name come across so many times, and man, to have you follow along with my journey, it means so much to me, and I sure appreciate everything you do for us, sharing our songs, and man, I'm just super grateful for it. So thank you so much for taking a little time for me today. I appreciate you.